So this rear-wheel drive Taycan still feels plenty fast. And with Porsche's regenerative braking system, of course, you can have it set to just coast, or you can have a light recuperation going on, but nothing like your one pedal drive vehicles like the Mach-E or any of the Teslas. But of course, I like how it drives better. And for someone like myself who does a lot of highway driving, this would be a good option just because of that 2-speed transmission. So you're able to save energy when you're doing 70 or 75 down the freeway, as opposed to driving another EV with a 1-speed transmission. But all in all, really loving how it drives, and I love the 4S as well. I'd love to drive a turbo or a Turbo S, but what's great about these Taycans is they all just drive so fantastically. And it's still quick when you put your foot down. And honestly, I'm really liking the overall feel of the Sport Plus chassis. And of course, I love the Sport Drive mode. We'll give it some throttle here from about 40. And I'm kind of, I don't know how I feel about the sound yet. I mean, it's cool, but I don't know if I would just leave it off. So there we have the lane keep assist and the adaptive cruise control. And the lane keep isn't a full lane centering, but it'll keep you in the lines. It bounces you around. And it just takes me some getting used to using these cruise control buttons. So you have to tap it forward to increase and then tap it back to decrease speed. But even in Sport Plus, that ride down the interstate felt fantastic. But I'm gonna put it back into normal, and then I'm gonna put the drive mode in the range. And you can already tell just how tame the vehicle is when you have everything set to the calmest setting. But just a really comfortable ride. Still, steering is really nice. I like how they set that up. But I wouldn't expect anything less out of a Porsche, even an EV. And if I were to spec out a Taycan, personally, I would go with the 4S and just make sure I have that bigger battery. But if you don't do a lot of driving, especially not a lot of highway driving, you'll probably be okay with the standard battery. Still, you get 200 miles of range, or 220, something like that. But personally, I just go for the higher one, just because they're EPA rated at, what is it, mid twos or something, but 70-mile-per-hour range test by certain people, inside EVs in particular, I think they got it at 285 or 290, just remarkable. And that's just the 2-speed transmission doing its thing. So even though it's not the most efficient EV, that 2-speed does a lot better at higher highway speeds than your typical 1-speed. But with the recuperation off, it just glides down. It's really kind of weird, because even normal vehicles don't coast like this does. It's really impressive. Like if I let my foot off the brake, I'm just cruising 28, and it's holding it. It's not decreasing any quicker than anything else I've driven. So I'm impressed by that. And that really helps with your range too. But this is going to bring me to the end of my review of the 2021 Porsche Taycan rear-wheel drive.